Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora 4X. I of course am Sir Bedian, and today we are going to be continuing trying to find some more people to shoot and getting our salvage operation operational again. We are currently 125 days out from our salvage fleet and our freighters arriving back at Australia, and we are currently about July, August, September, about 3 months out, so about 90 days out from completing our Mark II salvager. I believe we have at least one free freighter at the moment. No, these guys are actually doing stuff. These guys are doing stuff. Do we or do we not have some freighters? I think we actually don't. Hang on. I want some more freighters. Holo Mark IV. Do we have any options for Mark V? I don't think so. Like, we could get the advanced cargo handling system, but there's not really going to be much benefit to getting a whole new ship design. So, Hauler Mark IVs it is. And that's going to be done in August, not September, so it is going to be a little bit slower. Wait, no, it's not. September is after August. So, these hulls are going to be ready for the salvager. So, we can send them off in advance to get them out ASAP. Okay, let's keep on going. We got the Joeys docked, and they're not going to break down. We don't have to pay for the maintenance either, so that is fine. And we have our ships arriving. What I might do is I might have the old salvager run salvage on these fuel harvesters, while we will have the new salvager head off immediately and go do its thing, salvaging that NPR. Now, granted, we are probably going to get much more out of salvaging the precursors than the NPRs, but, well, that's what we have to do. Bunbury. We got two guys in Bunbury. Where is Bunbury? Bunbury is down here. We got no actual anythings. Is that right? Yeah, there's no actual... What's the range on this? 15 billion. Yeah. We could, but I don't really feel like exploiting that. Okay, so we're going to send these guys out. Let's actually have a quick look at their status. So, Henry Hudson is at 2 years and is a Wills class. So we're actually going to send it back home. Move 2. And Thor Haderhall is a Voyager class at a bit under 2 years. So we are going to send you somewhere useful. Now you're in Bunbury down here, so I think we can send you out to Perth. No, not Perth, Berlin. So that means Wollongong, Colm, Berlin. And might as well just send you straight out the jump point. Alright, off you go. Okay. Let's keep on going. Alright, so we do have a bit of a dead end down there, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. I mean, it's a little bit easier to defend, and we're not going to have any nasties popping up over there. Waiting for the turn to process. Hopefully we get a good amount of time progression. Nope, 2 hours. Okay, well that's shit. Waiting. Come on, give us a good time chunk. What I do really need to do, though, is actually have the orders for the Henry Hudson be cancelled as default orders. Otherwise, they're just going to complain. Defaults. 2 days that time. Not too bad, I guess. Yeah, so it's like less than half the speed. It's got much worse fuel economy. It's just not as good. So I will be retiring the Wills class surveyors slowly over time. Basically, whenever they have finished with whatever task they're doing, we're going to send them back to Australia to get them retired and scrapped. Because we don't really have any need for them, and they're just a waste of minerals and resources. And 10 hours, okay. Something keeps getting pinged. I really do need to go and clean out the NPR a little bit. Might go back to Sol. It's a hell of a lot more interesting than Bunbury. Come on. There we go. Okay. Sol. Alright. What we got? Nothing useful. Okay. We'll keep going. People movers refueling. Cargo's unloading. Okay, so that should be a nice new delivery of Gallicite, which is great. I still don't know what the ore runners are doing. I'm going to find out what the ore runners are doing. I think they're shipping ore in from Perth, but I'm not actually sure anymore. That's the problem with having a game that's running for months of real time, especially when you're not playing it all day. You forget what things are doing that you set up. God, when did we set up that route? Would have been easily a month ago at least, like real time. All runners, what are you doing? Perth. Okay, yeah. You're pulling resources off Perth. Thought so. Yeah, 382,000 resources. Okay. under 2 days. We'll skip ahead. I might copy the database and see if I can fiddle with it a little bit to try and speed it up. Apparently compacting the database using an actual proper compactor rather than the in-game compaction process can improve performance a little bit here and there. I'm also going to log in as designer mode and probably just clean out a lot of the junk ships that, or basically just a lot of the junk in general that is collecting in the dark places of the game. Just to try and speed things up a little bit in terms of processing and detection and all that jazz. 1,000 tons of stored uranium in Ipswich A5. Hooray! Ipswich A4. No, A4, not A5. Ipswich. Why is it? I'll shut that down. Okay. Keep on going. Before we do that, though, we probably should get a little bit of a baseline on turn processing times at the moment. So I think we're running at like a minute or two per turn. It'll be at least a minute. Here we go. Okay. Now, alright, 12:10 on my clock here. Got 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. 40 seconds. 50 seconds. Still going. It's about a minute. That's a minute just then. So yeah, so at the moment, a turn is taking about a minute to process. If I can shave even like 10 or 20 seconds off that, that's going to make life a lot easier. What about modern Ipswich H4? Yay. So, yeah, it's going to make life a lot easier if we can do that, get that done. Another minute to process, huh? I think it's taken more than a minute by now. Maybe. I think it's coming up in a minute. There it goes. Alright, arrow 2 is done. Which one's arrow 2? Alright, so arrow 2 is done. With the unloading of the fuel, how much fuel is actually on here left? It's 1.6 million liters. We're going to stick you above Luna at the moment. Alright, 3. Yeah, move you above Luna. Alright. And we'll abandon them a little bit later. We're also going to need to pick up all those crewmen as well. So I am very interested in the abandoned ship mechanics. Exactly what is recovered off the wreckage, how many of the crew are actually able to make it out in time. Because you would think that abandoned ship outside of combat, an undamaged ship, should be able to recover all the crew, right? Maybe like 99%, because, you know, you're going to get someone being stupid and forgetting that the timer is set for 30 seconds instead of 40 seconds or whatever, and being forgotten or whatnot, right? You got a couple hundred people on a ship. Somebody's going to be doing something stupid. But I would fully expect, thank you, I would fully expect that you should be able to recover almost the entire crew currently alive on that ship. So I'm very curious to find out if that is actually the case. Unlike surviving ship destruction, where only some of the surviving crew actually make it off. Because, you know, they're not expecting to have to abandon ship, and nothing's perfectly timed, and they're in battle damage, and the ship's getting knocked apart, and yeah, bit more chaotic than a orderly abandoning of the ship. Okay. Moment supplies completed orders. Perfect. Keep going. Civilians are launching a bunch of new fuel harvesters. Not that we really care right now. We'll go and collect them later. Alright. Looks like we got a fair bit of movement. We got a bunch of construction from civilians. We got minerals discovered. We don't really care about that at the moment. We got factory restored. Abandoned genetic modification center. Ugh. Automated mine. Alright. Nothing that special or fantastic there. Let's keep on going. But at least we got a full 5 days that time. That's got to count for something. I also need to seriously consider that if we can't speed up the turn processing a little bit, what exactly I'm going to do. Because, like, there's too much processing time for me to spend the entire time actually talking and I don't like dead air, and I refuse to use music because YouTube is about as copyright happy as, well, anybody else. So yeah, so that means either abandoning the game and doing something else, and only coming back when there are lessons to be learnt, or potentially taking on the additional burden of actually trimming out the processing time from the final recording, which is a fair bit more effort, but at least I don't have to ramble for half the episode. Might end up doing that. We'll see. It's probably the only way, without getting turns down, it's probably the only way we're going to actually be able to get the cut out all that dead air out of the episode. Nothing new, nothing special. But another 5 days. Cargo Brisbane has finished their delivery and are heading off. Arrow 3 is still heading in. I think it's been a couple of weeks since we started this episode. Well, a couple of months, I think. Let's see how far out our salvagers are. Salvage fleet is currently 3 months out. Almost exactly 3 months out. Nice. And we have 2 new camelbacks completing very, very soon. We got 2 new Voyagers almost done, and we've got the Walter Riley being scrapped. That's almost done. Lightning Dragon is only 57% of the way through, but it's being built from scratch. Our Terra Firma fleet is currently in Brisbane. Excellent. Terra Firma fleet and Terra Firma fleet 3. Now they are currently together. Why are... Oh, because they're in Z. Okay. Okay, there are spaces in the other one. That's why this one's further down. There we go. So Terra Firma 1, 2, and 3. Terra Firma fleet 1 and 3 are in the same spot, eh? But not that different. I might merge them actually. Absorb. And which moon are we on? We're on the one with actual people on it. Okay. That is just fine. C2 moon 5. C2 moon 5, yes. Yes, we've got 52 terraforming modules right now. We're adding safe greenhouse gas to bring the temperature way up. I think that's not going to be anywhere near enough. But we'll keep going. See what happens. We're at below 10% oxygen as well, which is a little bit annoying. 7.5. Oh well. We'll see how we do. Okay. I think we've got enough time for maybe 2 more turns to process. And then we're going to have to put a break in the episode for next time. And like I said, I'll see if what I can do about trimming out some of the junk to try and get that turn processing up. If I get desperate enough, I might trim out some civilians, but I'll mainly be focusing on cleaning up the NPRs. I might force them to abandon the ship from all their ships, because by this stage, any ship should have run out of, should have fallen apart, right? And part of civilian commercial ships not needing maintenance is essentially being that every single time they stop off at almost any place where they are going to, they can conduct basic maintenance using spare junk parts that they find lying around. Duct tape, super glue, elbow grease, shit like that. So yeah. But at the moment, the NPR ships have nowhere to go. So they're basically just floating around in deep space. And it's very much unrealistic to expect those ships, even commercial ones, to still be intact. Ignoring the fact that NPRs cheat and don't actually run maintenance at all. But we'll ignore that. Civilian construction, more freighters, and nothing else. Well, we are near the end of July, which is good. And Elizabeth B2 appears to have some really nice mineral deposits. Mostly. Mostly it's a backup source of duranium. So, just bring this over, show you. So, 29 million at 0.7 is pretty nice. 2 million at 0.9 neutronium, which is also nice. Don't know why that popped up. So overall, just a reasonably nice deposit. Not necessarily what we're looking for at the moment, but a very nice deposit nonetheless. Alright, we've got time for one more turn. We'll get that processed, and then we're going to call it a night. Okay, should be almost. So we got like 2.5 months at this stage. There we go. So how far away are our salvagers? Salvage fleet is 85 days. And we have until the 3rd of September. So we've got August and September to go through. So, yeah, slow. Like I said, I'll see what I can do about speeding it up. But for now, I'm going to put a break in the episode here, and I will see you in the next one.